everyone. So I've got quite a few requests on my YouTube channel. People asking me to do a review on my Colnago VR1 bike. So I actually made some time in my day to actually come here and actually do a review about the bike. Out of interest sake, I won a Mpumalanga tour this year in 2017 on this specific bike. I podiumed at the South African Championships held in Wellington as well in the time trial, and on the road race. Obviously I didn't use this bike on the time trial, and at the African Continental Championships, which was in Egypt, Luxor. To tell you more about my bike, firstly, before we even start, there are a few cons about it. Unfortunately, the rear brake is, as you can see, it's at the bottom of the frame. It doesn't give me any problems, but it's not ideal if you're not in a Pro Tour team or Pro Continental or Continental team, because you won't have a mechanic adjusting the brakes for you. Most of the time you'll actually have to do it yourself. Secondly, it is a bit pricey, but I mean, if that's the only cons the bike has, I've got no problem riding it at all. It's an exceptional bike. It only weighs in at 850 grams. So in that regard, there's no problem with that. Colnago's own review in the wind tunnel has shown that it's quite aerodynamic. So it doesn't quite compare to the S-Work Venge or the new track Madone in aerodynamics, but it's just because of the outer cabling, which isn't ideal. But as soon as you can get the outer cabling inside the frame, aerodynamic wise, you'll have no problems with the frame at all. And like I said, it only weighs in at 850 grams for the frame, so it's super light, ideal for climbing, criteriums to accelerate quite quick. So all in all, it's a good all-rounder bike. But for the quality you get, the comfort you get out of your ride, it's an insanely good bike, which you can use on all type of terrains, criterium, climbing, flat road races, you name it. As you can see, the bike, usually Colnago bikes come with Campagnolo group set, but it is quite pricey, and that's why my team and we have decided to settle with the DRA Ace group set on here. It's not the brand new DRA Ace, it's a 2016 model still. As you can see here on the hood, I've got the aero brake in the front, and then as well we've decided to use the DRA Ace rear brake caliper, which is seated at the bottom of the chainstay. It really works well. I just have to check it so it fits in with my stages, which I use as my power on the bike. As you can see, we already know by now that the DRA Ace shifting and Ultegra shifting is super smooth. There's nothing more reliable on the market at the moment. The only difference between the DRA Ace brake calipers, which is on this bike, and the Ultegra is a few grams, but I mean, even as a local pro rider, I won't even feel the difference, so it should be fine for most of the people out there. I use a normal KMC chain. It weighs in about 245 grams. It works very well with all type of loops, and the durability on the KMC chain is very good. I prefer that above a SRAM chain or a Shimano chain, in my opinion. That's basically it. On this bike, I've got my normal training wheels. It's normal Ultegra wheels. They're perfect for training. You don't need anything more than that. And then obviously, as you can see here, I've got one of the specialized power saddles. It's because I have quite wide sit bones, so obviously it supports my sit bones much better than other saddles, and therefore I get the most power out of my glutes, obviously into the pedals. Many people have asked me about this. As you can see here, there is a Ferrari sign printed on here with a horse. No, it's definitely not a sticker. This is a very good paint job. I'm really impressed with it. Colnago is in collaboration with Ferrari, and obviously when they decided to make this frame, they were in collaboration with them, and obviously this is a frame that they produced together, and it is it's not a sticker. It's painted on. Obviously the UCI thing is as well on here, which is also just to show that the bike is UCI legal. Otherwise there's not too much else to say about the bike. I'm really impressed with it. Obviously I want to have my bike as light as possible because I'm more of a climber than a sprinter, so this bike obviously ideal for me.